In my 21 fights, I've knocked out 18 opponents. What really happens to a human body during a knockout? Well, today we're gonna find out. I'm joined by the one and only Dr. Mike.
Let's do it.
She call, I put her on blacklist. I call that options. They can support it, get dropped quick.
Dr. Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, I'm a legit doctor. I'm a board-certified family medicine doctor. We have to start off this video before we do anything and commend those people like yourself who are boxers, because you guys are warriors. Every time this man steps in the ring, he's putting his life on the line.
Oh, left hand sends the kid down.
Boxing is a dangerous sport. We're going to be talking about the science, why our bodies collapse. Are they trying to protect us? Are they trying to minimize the damage from guys like him, his fists? And I get excited about it because I'm a boxing fan. I'm a Ryan Garcia fan, actually.
All right, doctor, let's jump into the first fight. My opponent was Miguel Carrizosa. It was like my first time on television, and it's my fastest knockout ever.
Oh, so you got it
30
hyped,
seconds.
you went in hyped, you came out hyped,
Yeah.
that's it. Do you even break a sweat?
No, I didn't.
Oh
I think it took 5 punches.
The knockouts, the really mean ones, really get built up. It's not like that last punch did all the damage.
Right.
It's you build up the damage, the person gets a little groggy, and then the last punch is what does the most. So that's what happened.
This one is quick, so he didn't take much damage, I think, but he was knocked out.
Let's see. Oh! Oh! Oh my God.
Yeah.
He got up. Did he continue though?
Barely.
Oh, you hit him with the left hook.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. See, this is a good call by the ref.
Right.
You got to protect the fighter in this case. You cocked him in the jaw there.
Yeah.
That's painful. Do you target the jaw?
I usually target the temples. If I hit him in the jaw, I try to hit it as hard as I can because I want that little
Rotation piece,
Yeah.
right? So what happens when you hit someone in the jaw, and why it's so devastating in boxing, is because you actually get the most movement of the head. And when you get a movement of the head, you're actually getting the brain shaking on the inside. Because the brain sits inside of our skull in like a soup. So it kind of floats around in our skull. So when you hit someone, the brain not only gets damage on that side, but then it floats in the soup to the opposite side. The brain itself, the little neurological chemical process that happened there, they start firing all out and the brain just shuts down. Like to protect you, like we need to repair ASAP. But that's what happened to my guy.
Is it good when they get knocked out cold?
I mean, is it good? I'm a doctor, I have to say no, you know what I'm saying? But in general, that's the fastest way to get a knock. Like the chin really does them in because you get that rotation.
Well, I feel like most big injuries in boxing comes from like multiple hits without them getting knocked out.
Yeah, because when you have one shot put someone to sleep, they take less damage.
Right.
So there's less chances of more serious damage, like bleeding inside the brain. Because that's unfortunately how fighters lose their lives. So I hope we don't have serious moments.
Hey, luckily for my fights, it just takes 1 or 2.
Okay, so you keep it simple.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm excited to see what comes next.
So this guy, Brawley Rodriguez, this was at Madison Square Garden, and
New York City, what up?
man, he was talking mess. I mean,
Really?
he pushed me at the weigh-in.
No.
He made me knock into a ring girl, and I like clipped her in the face.
No.
And he pushed me so hard, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna knock you out.
Okay.
And he was just like, you ain't gonna do nothing. He was like rubbing his face in me in the fight. Like he just doing everything to annoy me.
Okay.
It's because he thought I was inexperienced, because I was young.
So he's trying to be saucy a little.
But I just stayed my cool. Like I had that like smart aggression, you know?
Okay.
Like, I want to knock
and
you
you
out.
were in MSG. I mean, like, dude, fighting in MSG.
Yeah, and you're from New York,
That's
right?
big, yeah, like, oh my
The
God.
people go crazy over there.
Both good and bad.
Yeah.
Top. Oh,
Oh,
1, 2. Okay.
There he goes. He tried to shake his head.
Oh, you said no. So you see he's stumbling here because you hit him in the ear. Inside the ear, there's these canals called semicircular canals. And they have fluid that runs through them called endolymph. And that fluid actually triggers these little hairs that are inside your ear, bro. It's wild. Like,
That's
you have
wild.
hair inside your ear that this fluid moves around in these canals in, and it triggers your nerves to know where you are balance-wise.
Wow.
And when you rock them right there, you got that fluid going.
I mean,
He doesn't know where he's at right now.
I've noticed that like I aim there all the time because I don't even gotta hit him hard.
That's it. They're wild.
That's the main place I aim. But I'm so fast, so like they can't like react to me going to their ears. So
And if they do, they open up to the body.
Yeah. It's just all, you know, mind game. Because he's like, oh my God, I'd rather eat this candy right here.
Yeah. He wants that lollipop. You know what it is? When you start fatiguing and your heart is working faster and faster throughout the fight because you're moving around, he's taking damage. The problem is you need more blood flow to your brain to repair that damage.
Oh, wow.
So like every time you punch him in the head and you're connecting well, you're essentially causing damage to these neurons. And the neurons need to be repaired quickly in order for the brain to keep functioning, otherwise it is gonna go down.
Right.
And as the later rounds go on, you start fatiguing, your heart starts fatiguing, you start breathing harder, you're not getting enough oxygenation, the healing isn't happening. So you just like literally wore his body down, which wore his head down, and then you finish the
What I noticed is when I'm tired, like, it's worse than getting hit with a hard shot.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're just feeling like hopeless, like anything you throw is gonna miss. Like your timing
You feel
is off.
slow.
It's just way worse than getting hit with a hard shot.
Well, because I've been there, like I've sparred a few times. And
Oh, what? You're sparring?
I spar a little
All right,
bit.
we gotta see Dr. Mike in the ring.
Yo, let's go.
What's another doctor that wants to smoke?
Oh, so this is you. This is you on the other end of it.
Right
Was
here.
that your first knockdown?
Ever.
Okay.
Ever in my life.
But you came back adversity right here.
Adversity.
How did you feel?
I didn't feel that bad. When I got hit, it was like a little flash boom, and then I jumped right back up. I was like, well, I've drank alcohol before.
Is that what it felt like?
And I was like, this ain't even as bad as
Okay.
alcohol.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
I'm
you
like,
had rough nights?
yeah, I was like,
Okay.
this ain't nothing. Like, I'm going right back to him, like, cause he wasn't beating me in the fight. So
Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm okay here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well,
let's watch it.
Oh.
It looked a lot worse though.
Is it hard to watch? Is it?
No, really.
Because you know the outcome.
I know the outcome, but it's like I've seen my favorite fighters get dropped before.
Yeah.
You know? How-
Yeah, you
I
look
looked at
straight.
my dad. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm good.
You look
Boom.
straight, boom. See, he took advantage of that lever, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you have that long jaw, so when he hits you, it kind of rocked everything, so your brain shook. You just needed
I wish I had
few
a
moments.
smaller jawline, man.
Boom! All right. You know what you did? You didn't put him to sleep. You put his liver to sleep.
I did.
That's literally what happened.
The liver, man.
The
You gotta
liver.
explain to me
Yo,
what
the
happens
liver.
to the liver.
Yo, you delivered his liver. That's what you just did. No, but in all seriousness, the liver, honestly, like any organ, if you hit it hard enough, you'll get the same outcome. But the liver is special in that it's available. It's right here.
Right.
It's big. And it's vascular, meaning it has a lot of blood supply to it. So when you hit the liver, a few things happen. One, a lot of bleeding can happen if you hit it right. We see that in car accidents in the emergency room. When people get their livers severed, oh my God, a lot of blood gets lost. They need like emergency support. The other thing is the liver is connected to the vagus nerve. And that's kind of your like rest and digest nerve. It's the opposite of the fight or flight. When you hit it, you activate that vagus nerve, all the blood vessels in the legs open, so the blood pressure drops and not enough blood flow goes to the brain. And to protect you, your body goes down to get the blood flow to go to the brain. So every time you hit someone in the liver and they go down, A, it's painful, B, it can bleed, and C, the neurologic response is to get low so the brain keeps getting blood.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's like paralyzing you a little bit.
Straight paralyzed.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he was trying his hardest to get up.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're going against human physiology at this point.
Yeah.
And if you get up, you're not gonna do
Yeah.
well. You would have beaten
Yeah.
him with that. You think you cracked the rib?
I think I don't know what I did, to be honest. That was like one of my first knockouts to the body, so I don't really know much about it. All I know is I trained like hell for it. I had to lose so much weight for this fight.
What are you at here?
130.
Oh.
So, and I was like walking around a little bit heavier, and I got lost in a desert before this.
Oh my God.
And I'm like dead, like I'm dehydrated.
Yeah. When was your weigh-in?
It was the next day.
Oh my God.
I think if this fight went any longer, I would have been gassed out. But luckily I knocked him out in the
First round.
But let's check it out.
Oh my
That
God.
was too quick.
Okay.
I gotta see that.
He looks like he's in round 4.
Yeah, he's don't even know where he's at.
Oh my God.
Look at me, I'm just like, I'm happy this is
Yeah,
over.
you're like, thank God. Okay,
Bing.
feint.
Bing.
Oh.
Oh.
Yep. So you did the 2. You hit him in the temple and the
chin,
jaw.
yeah.
The chin, the jaw, yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom, right in the chin right there. Those landed really hard. I remember like they connected pretty hard.
Yeah, look at this. Boom,
Boom.
boom.
Like that one, first one hurt him, and then he did the same thing
So you
twice.
softened them up? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
This one was nasty, huh?
Yeah. He almost tore his ACL and
Yeah.
MCL there.
Imagine getting knocked out and then you tore your ACL. All right, this is probably my favorite knockout.
Okay, favorite knockout. Okay.
I knew I was gonna knock this guy out.
Okay.
I just didn't know it's gonna be like this.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Wow. He's asleep. Take that mouth.
Why is his eyes open when he's asleep?
Because he's not like asleep. It's like a loss of consciousness where you just don't see, but your eyes are still open. That left hook.
It's just my money, huh?
Yeah. Oh man. And then, so that, him bouncing on the canvas like that, that's a problem.
Oh,
because whenever you get a concussion, because essentially when you knock someone out, that's a concussion.
Right.
Whenever you get your second concussion, that's where the damage happens. That's why boxing, I'm gonna say it again, is a serious sport. It's really dangerous. If you're getting hit in the head, you better be a pro like this guy, because otherwise, like, you're really putting your life on the line.
Right.
Long term, there's consequences to getting hit in the head.
Even if you don't like die, it still could be a problem.
Yeah, of course, seizures, difficulty concentrating, headaches, light sensitivity.
What do you feel your view on CTE?
Anytime you have trauma to the head, that's CTE. If you have long-term findings on your like post-mortem analysis when someone dies. And it affects everyone differently because people get it at different rates. Like, even if this guy, you concussed him now, and then he didn't have another fight for a year, it's different than him getting concussed week to week the same time. Like, it's gonna have different impacts on how his health is gonna function.
Well, it's hard to like treat the brain though, right?
Very hard. People used to say the brain doesn't regenerate at all. That's not true. There are some areas where we see regeneration, but a lot of the neurons that you're born with, that's pretty much what you get. And each time you get a concussion like that, you're losing.
Now this guy, there was a lot of drama before this fight because they wanted me to fight him at a certain date because my opponent, right before I was gonna fight him, he ended up going to jail. And they wanted me to step in and fight this guy.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I've trained for this guy. He's a completely different fighter. I'm not gonna do it. And then they try to say I was scared.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm gonna fight in my next fight and I'm gonna beat him. So this was like a lot of hype behind the fight because they all thought I was scared and this guy wanted to knock me out.
Yeah.
And he's a knockout artist, so. Peek, peek. You don't even know what hit him, huh?
See, I think this guy was already wobbled from before.
Yeah.
And any little tip that you hit him with?
Most people think that. I hit his temple.
Okay.
Pretty clean.
Oh!
Right behind the ear.
Right behind the ear.
He was ducking and he ducked too slow.
Too slow, yeah. You see his arm is like bending back. He's hyperextending his elbow. You rattled his brain and the semicircular canal.
Exactly.
You got both. That's not good.
That's that equilibrium shot, huh?
Yeah, that's the equilibrium. That snapback is the dangerous part.
Right.
And you know, they always talk about that if you have a strong jaw, because you do like neck muscles, it can help protect you. But something else that I also seen Canelo do is he actually absorbs a lot of those and he rolls with it.
Right.
I don't even feel like he's seeing it. It's just like part of his natural movement. Like if you see something coming,
rolls with it.
Yeah, he rolls with it quick because that gives him the advantage of you're not getting the rattle of the brain. Because remember, it's all about forces and inertia. So if he's moving with it, even if he gets hit, the force doesn't cause the inertia.
The force,
exactly.
Kind of
absorbs it. Yeah.
And that wraps it up with Dr. Mike, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I got to witness the greatest knockouts right here.
Man, it was great, guys. And don't forget, he's gonna have a video on his channel where I'm gonna be putting him through the ringer. He's gonna be boxing a little bit. Let's see what he's made of. The link is in the description below. Don't forget to go check it out. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Like always, shock the world, baby.
Let's get it. Yo, let's do it.